Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally. I'm StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 23rd of May 2025 and this is Flosstube number 98. A very warm welcome, whether you are a new or a returning viewer. It is lovely to have you here. If you are new and you do like what you see, please do consider hitting the subscribe button and liking my videos. So I just want to say a massive thank you to those of you who commented on my community post last time wishing me well. I'll do a bit of a live update at the end, and then if you don't want to watch it you can just stop watching then. So I'm going to get started. I do have one finish. I don't have any fully finishes because I just have not felt like doing them. I've got a couple of new starts and just the usual whips. I hope you won't get bored because it is the same old things that you usually see on my floss tubes, but you will see some progress. So I don't have a massive amount of whips because I admire anybody that does, but I just couldn't do that. So I will get started with my finish. I feel like I've not done this for years. Never mind just a month. So my first finish is from Lotus Stitching Sheep Calendar, which is a sal hashtag Stitch Sheep for 2025 that my lovely friend Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher and I are hosting. So last time you saw me I was stitching the July sheep. So I'm stitching mine individually. I'm mounting them onto some card to put them on a calendar, which I will show you one day if I remember. So I'm stitching them on 32 count raw opalescent linen from Zweigart, and these are the threads for them all. I have swapped out on a couple of them. This one was used for the sun on one, which to me that's not the colour of the sun, so I swapped that one out. So this is my July one, and I absolutely love that. I think that is really cute. I did have a little bit of frogging to do on this one. I think I mentioned it last time. I think I'd gone wrong on the grass somewhere and I couldn't leave it because that would have meant the house would be wrong. Wasn't a massive amount to sort out. In fact, I'm not even sure I frogged it. I think I maybe just stitched over. Yeah, I think I just stitched over rather than taking it out. So that's my finish. So that meant starting... Oh, hello pigeon, what are you doing? August. There's a pigeon stood on my bench on my patio. And he looks like he's looking... Don't do that, silly. I thought he was going to fly at the window there. Yeah, sorry. You don't want to know about pigeons in my garden. So yeah, I've made a start on the August one. And again, I've swapped out because the sunflower petals were done in that 975 and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it looked. So this is August up to now. Can't really see the yellow that I've used for the petals, but it does show up better off camera. So I've got one sheep and I'm in the midst of stitching the second sheep. Absolutely love that one. It's really cute. So I can now that I've shown that, I can get the July one. Oh my god. You'll have to excuse me about my brain. My brain, it just does not want to work properly. And then I started. I don't know whether I'd shown this the last time. I don't think I had. So this is Protection by the Primitive Hare, and it is a free design. If you go onto her Instagram, it's a few posts back now, she tells you how you can get this free design, and I love it. I have a bit of a thing. Well, I love birds anyway, but I have a bit of a thing for corvids. I think they are absolutely amazing and incredibly intelligent as well. So this is stitched using DMC 310 and 712, but unfortunately I don't have any 712, which is very unusual for me. I didn't want to do an order, so I think I've picked out, I don't know what it was now, but I don't have it in this bag, so I can't tell you. So I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count Coffee Craft fabrics. It's a fabric of the month, and Megan does not name her fabrics, but I thought this was absolutely perfect for it. So I've got all the black stitching done on the bed, so I've just got to fill in what should be the 712. I've almost finished the word at the bottom. So then I've just got, there's some stars to do and an outline, back stitched outline. But I love that, and I think it is very, very generous of Isabel to give us that as a freebie. Love it. I do have another stitch in there, but I can't show it. It's a secret stitch. It's one that I'm stitching on a Saturday night with my lovely friend Lainey, but I can't show it. So, right, what shall we show next? So this one was my New Year's Day start with Sarah, Sermy Sarah. So we started Modern Folk Embroidery, Dream of a Winter Garden, and I think I got the hashtag wrong last time. I think it is Winter Garden Sal 2025. It is in the description box down below. So Sarah's finished hers. Ros of Ros Clark Crafts, she joined us as well. She'd actually started it quite a while ago, so she's finished hers as well, and they both look amazing. This centre panel seems to take absolutely ages. So this top panel and this bottom panel are going so much quicker. It's quite amazing, really, how much I've got done since I finished. Well, actually, tell a lie, the middle panel isn't quite finished because I do have some odd stitches to do. So I am using the DMC threads, the conversion off the chart, and I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count Winter Moon by Zweigart, and I'm just going to use my chart just to... So it's really weird because some Zweigart fabric seems very, very thin while others don't, so I don't really know why. Oops. That is where I am at. So as you can see, that top panel, I've finished that. I only started on that bottom panel, I think it was last week on Wednesday. Was it last week or was it the week? I cannot remember. So yeah, it's going really, really well. So it should be finished fairly soon. I'm not sure that I'm going to do the outer green border. I might leave that off. I'm not entirely sure that there's any need for it, but I'll see how I feel when I get to it, when I finish the rest of it. But yeah, really, really enjoying this now. I got a bit bored with it, I think, because the panel so it took a lot of stitching. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I think I just need some sort of like that piece. It's been quite a while stitching. Not that I'm bothered how long things take, but I think I'm just in need of getting a couple of the bigger pieces out of the way. So my next whip is Stacy Nash Primitives Rose Cottage Sampler Pinkeep. I always get this wrong. I want to add garden in, and there's no garden in there. And I must say that the only thing, I mean, it's a beautiful chart and everything, don't get me wrong, and I love Stacy Nash. She brings out some absolutely amazing stuff. So there is an alphabet at the top here. Don't know whether you can see that. So then you can personalise it here. But this alphabet is not the same as this alphabet. But there isn't an alphabet the same as this, so that you can personalise it with your own stuff. But I'll just have a look. I'll have a look in my Brenda Keys. Is it Brenda Keys? Brenda Keys? I think, yeah, the book with all the motifs and alphabets in, and see if I can get one that's close, find one that's close to it. So those are the threads I am using. Well, it's DMC, it's charted for DMC, so that's what I'm using. And this is Fabrics by Crafti case, and it's the November 2024 fabric of the month. It's 36 count. And that is where I am up to. Fabric doesn't show up too well. It's more of a lilac-y. I would call it like a dirty lilac, maybe. So that is where I have got to. So I do still have the bits in the house to fill in, the windows and that piece in the door. But yeah, I love how this is stitching up. I love the shade of the flowers is absolutely gorgeous. Really, really pleased with it. There's a heck of a lot more stitching in it than you think there is. I mean, there's the bottom border is full coverage, but I love it. Put that away. What do we have here? So, how had I started this last time? Started it. Yes, I have started it. So this is Yasmin's Made with Love, Never Forget. And I won this on Yaz's Flosstube quite a long time ago. And I think it's so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous design. I am thinking I may change the colour of the wording. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use yet. I don't think it will show up on my fabric. So I will have a think. So I am using the DMC threads, and Yaz sent me some Tom and Lily to use as well. These are used in the chat. That one is not the actual green, but it's a really pretty green. And there's that one and this one. And Nick, Cottrell family, can't remember the numbers, but Nick did ask about this blue. I did reply to your comment, but just in case you haven't seen it, it is, I don't know how you pronounce it because my French will be terrible. It's Cyrene or something like that. There you go. and it's lovely. So I am using that one. I wasn't going to use that one, but I am now. I messaged Yas and asked her where in the chart it was used, because I think one of the symbols wasn't visible for it. So, oh, I'm not showing you it, am I? So this is 36 count pale grey linen from Zweigart, and there we are. I excuse the lighting's not so great this time in the morning. The sun's not this way. The sun's at the front, but anyway, I don't think the lighting's too bad actually. So that is where I am at. I'll just bring it in a little bit closer. Absolutely gorgeous. Loving it. So I've made a wee start on the top border there. Just on the vines of the top border. I probably won't keep going with it. I think it was just I was doing some of the green in the middle, and I thought, oh, I'll use what there is, and I'll go up and do a little bit of the border. Next rib. So let me get my threads out. So this one was my birthday start last December. It's Flossabilities Cabin in the Woods, and this chart was gifted to me by lovely Lauren of Flossabilities. And I absolutely love this. Those trees, I just love those trees. I love everything, but I love those trees. So those are the threads, DMC. And I'm stitching this on 32 count, not 36 as I said last time. 32 count, grey with silver stars by Zweigart. And would you look at that? So I have finished the bottom bit under all of this lot under there. So I'm now doing the sky. Some of these are not exactly where they should be, but I'm not bothered about that. As long as it looks something like that is absolutely fine by me. So I've just got this, well, I've got a little bit in here to finish off and just this half to do, and then it'll be a finish. I have made a mistake. I think it's on this bit, but it's staying. I'm not taking it out now. But love this. Absolutely love it. So I think that might be a couple more stitchy sessions and it'll be done. Whoops. Oh, I didn't. God. I didn't put my threads back in there. I'll do that in a minute. And next whip. Long Dog Samplers, the Pilgrim. So this is my Sunday evening stitch, and I'm using the hashtags my first long dog Sal, let's get the dogs out Sal, and Long Dog Sampler Sunday. So I am using, which I know I say this every time, but if you're new here, Anchor Black, DMC White, and Carrie's Creations Old World Red, which is for the words. I'm stitching this on a piece of 20 count Balana. I don't know whether it's an off-white, an antique white. It didn't actually have a name, it was just a number. There we go. So as you can see, page 9. That pigeon is still wandering about out there. Page 9, it's going really, really well. I'll just bring that in closer so that you can see. Whoops, there we go. So that's the page that I'm working on at the moment. Still quite a bit to go down that page, as you can see from my gridding. But I love it, absolutely love this piece. Really, really pleased with how it's stitching up. And how I haven't turned tired of it, because sometimes with larger pieces that is how I go. Pop that back in here. So I'm still hoping to finish this before the end of the year. Right, final whip. I'm not going to show, well, it's not really a cover, to be honest, so I'm not going to show it. So this is my thread a day piece, which there's been days where I haven't got a thread in, but it's going well. And this is Birdie's Crossing No More version 2. There are 2 different versions if you have a look on her Etsy shop. This was the one that I preferred. So this is stitched on the same as the Pilgrim, and I'm just using some Victorian motto threads. I bought a pack of sort of reds and things quite a lot of years ago off a eBay shop. Never used them. Well, I have used them for a couple of things, but I still have a lot of it left, and that is where I'm up to. So it's not going too badly at all. I am managing to get quite a bit stitched on it, even if, you know, I miss a day now and again. As long as I get something done on it regularly, then I'm perfectly happy with that. So I would say I'm nearly halfway through, probably. So those are my whips. Oh, and while I remember, Margaret asked about these pillows up here. Again, I have replied to your comment, but just in case you haven't seen it, they are Little House Needlework Sheep Virtues. They are still available, the charts. Stitched them quite a few years ago, and I just thought make a nice little display hung up there. Probably real good dust magnets hung up there, but anyway. Right, I do have some haul, because I did say, I think it was last time, that I was going to order some. I was going to order a couple of Nashville releases. So I was waiting for one particular chart to become available so that I could just order both from the same place. Didn't want to have to mess about. So they were both in stock at Woolly Woolly Sheep, and that's Heather. She also has a floss tube. They were packed up and shipped really, really quickly. She does have a website now. She sells on Etsy, but she has a website now which is not listed on there, but if I remember I'll pop it in the description box down below. And that's the other side of the little card. If you talk to me while I'm counting, it will only result in louder counting. And how true is that? So I ordered, and you're not going to be surprised at this, Jeanette Douglas Chubby U, and lovely Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, she's talking about doing a stitch along. Starting sometime in June for the summer, but I need to finish I need to finish something so that I can start it with her. So I'll get in touch with you, Elaine, probably on Instagram, and see if we can sort out when we're going to start it. And then I also picked up, this was the one that I was waiting for, it seems to have been very, very popular, Puntini Spring Animal Trio, because sheep. I mean, the other two, yeah, I will stitch those as well. I did get the winter one because I love that one. Got the winter one last year. So I got those two from Woolly Sheep. And then, quite a long time ago, I did the please let me know when it comes back in thing on Patchwork Rabbit for R&R Reproductions 36 Count Winter Brew. And I got an email to say that it had come in. So I got a fat eighth of Winter Brew. And because of charts cannot travel alone, and I did need some more because I've used the last piece of my 32 count raw opalescence, I got a fat quarter of that as well, so then I can do the other 6 sheep. And then I got my June fabric of the month from West Green Loft Yarns. And Vicky, I don't suppose you watch me, but just in case you do, I am so in love with these fabrics. I haven't been disappointed in a single one as yet. And I love that colour, that is really pretty. So this one is Harriet, and I get a 36 count fat eighth. Don't know what I'm going to stitch on them. I haven't used them yet, but they feel lovely. Feel really, really nice. And then I was just having a bit of a chat to Mouse on Messenger, and I was saying I'd bought I have some photographs that came from my mum and dad. Some of them are in albums and there's some loose, and I just decided I wanted to do something with them. So I bought a 12 by 12 scrapbook from the works and some washi tape, because I just put some washi tape on the edges of the pages, and then I can mount all the other photographs. But me had this idea of I want to stitch something for the front. So Mouse suggested this one and changing the words. And believe I didn't have it. So Blackbird Designs Dear Daughter. Can you believe I did not have this? So I don't know what words I'm gonna use, but I'll take this out and put something different in. Not entirely sure what. But I just thought, you know, old photos, I don't want them just stuck in a bag in a box somewhere. I'd rather get them mounted. I mean, they've been stuck in a bag, it's stuck in a bag in a box or whatever for years. So why I've not done something with them before, I just do not know. I think it's because I've been doing my family tree. So yeah, that I got that from Peakside. I did get another chart, but I'm not going to show it because it's going to be stitched for a gift. So that's my haul. So I need to be good. I need to behave now for a while. So I just have a new floss tuber to mention. I have been watching some floss tubes, but I'm just going to mention a new to me floss tuber. She doesn't have many out actually, and it's Lindsay, and she's Stitching Magic. 111. I'll put a link below. She's really lovely to watch, really lovely to listen to. She stitches little dove designs, caterpillar cross stitch, love poppet, oh god, what is it? Cotton and twine. Yeah, she stitches some absolutely amazing designs, and she paints as well, and she'd done some little needle minders, painted needle minders, which were very, very pretty. So yeah, if you go and say hello to Lindsay, tell her that I sent you. So yeah, I'm just going to pause a minute and we'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that, Jess was going to work, so I just wanted to go and say bye to her. Yeah, quick life update. Well, I'll try and make it as brief as I possibly can. So the problem that I've been having is vertigo. I had an attack maybe 6 weeks ago now, not entirely sure. So I went to the doctors. It's basically, yeah, it sounds like by what I was describing, an inner ear thing. She didn't even bother to look in my ears, to be fair. So gave me some medication, which I was on the last time I did my floss tube. And then stopped taking my medication after a week. Still wasn't really feeling right. Should have gone back, but I didn't. And then just under a month after my original vertigo attack, I had another one. That was the bank holiday weekend, so had to wait until the Tuesday to get in at the doctor's. Couldn't see a doctor because there was no appointments left by the time I got a call back. So I had to see the pharmacist up there at the surgery. He was very, very thorough. I will give him his due. He was very thorough, and he did look in my ears, and too much information. My ears were blocked with wax. So he said I needed to go and get them sorted because that might be slowing down my recovery, might be causing some problems. So I went and had that done, waited a week while I had put olive oil in, went and got that done. Thought it was going to cost me £60 because the NHS no longer provide that service, so you have to go and pay private. But because this one, it barely took any getting out. She said if I'd have carried on putting the olive oil in, it would probably come out on its own. This one took a lot more doing. And I felt dreadful. I felt absolutely dreadful by the time I'd got it done. And she said just leave it to settle over the weekend, then go back to the doctors. But getting them cleared has made me realise that I cannot hear very well out. I can't hear properly out of this ear. So whether there's been some damage done when I had the really bad ear infection quite a lot of years ago, I do not know. But anyway, I managed to get in with, I will say, my favourite doctor. The reason he is my favourite doctor is because he listens. He doesn't throw you out the door when they're sick of seeing you. And yes, I have had that happen. I have had a doctor who has literally got up out of her seat, walked to the door and opened it. I know they're on a schedule, I get that, but, and I'm not having an absolute go, I know they've got a rotten job to do at the end of the day, but I just think some of the rules and regulations that they are made to abide to are utterly ridiculous. But that's just me, so do not have a go at me about that. Okay? I am not in the mood. So yeah, saw my absolute favourite doctor. He was really, really good. He did have a look in my ears again. This one is fine. This one, my drums inflamed, my ear canal is inflamed, so he doesn't know whether that's from having it cleaned out, but to be fair, as I say, it didn't take any doing, and they do it by microsuction now, which is a lot gentler way of doing it. So I've got antibiotics, oral antibiotics, an antibiotic spray, and more beta-histine. So I thank God I am over 60 and I no longer pay for my prescriptions, because that would have been, I know it's nothing compared to those of you who do not have a National Health Service, how much it costs you, but so yeah, I'm just gonna see how it goes now. The vertigo, the way I was to begin with, has settled, but I still don't feel quite right, so I'll see how I go with the antibiotics. I finished the antibiotics on, I think it's Monday, see how I feel after that. But yeah, it's really done a number on me, to be honest. Not mentally and physically, really, but anyway, it is what it is, and I am hoping that I will start to feel right soon, because I'm managing to get out for walks. Some days I don't feel like it. I can't use my laptop for long and stuff like that, because that just makes me feel crappy. So I've been paying for 2 subscriptions to Ancestry sites, Find My Past and Ancestry, and I don't feel as though I've got, I can do 10 minutes or 10 minutes, half an hour, that's fine, but I've just cancelled my subscription to Find My Past because I don't find it as easy to use as Ancestry. You have things in your tree and then you look at some hints, the hints are right, and if there's no name, if you've already got like a surname for somebody but there's no name on the record, no surname on the record, it takes the bloody surname off, which is really frustrating. But anyway, so yeah, that's my life update. That'll do. So I'm going to see how I go. Plans wise for my stitching, which I should have done before I started on my life update, I'm hoping to get a couple of finishes. I would quite like to maybe start on the button box and get that stitched, but then again I would quite like to start on pillows for my grandmother's. Not quite sure where I'm going to go with that, because I have a lot. I've started a Word document and I have a lot of them, because obviously it's not just going down my maternal line, it's going down my paternal line, and then you get all the offshoots and everything, so I do have quite a lot. Not quite sure whether I've got the right one for my great grandma, whether I've got the right mum for her, but I don't know how to find out, but I have. I think I have. But anyway, I am going because I am just waffling and you don't want to hear me waffling on. Oh, and just a thank you as well to Amanda Alba Stitcher, who dropped me a message yesterday to see how I was, because she hadn't seen a floss tube from me for a bit. And also Lainey was missing me on floss tube as well. So I'll get this uploaded probably later on today. I don't think I'm going to watch it back, because I don't like anybody in the house listening when I watch it back, and I can't use my headphones. I don't want to use my headphones, which is why I'm not getting quite as much floss tube watched. I'm not getting caught up as I would like to, because I don't want to use, obviously now because there's an infection in there, I don't want to use them. But I didn't want to use them before because I wasn't feeling well. So yeah, I'm going. So I am hoping that I will be back in 2 weeks. If for some reason I'm not, I'll pop a thing up in the community, in our community thing area. I don't know what it's called, It is my Flosstube anniversary, but I'm not going to do a giveaway this time. Hopefully I'll do one next time. I've got a load of charts that I need to get up and sell. I've been saying this for ages, but I need to do it. I need to just do it. A load of finishing to do that I need to do as well, but I don't want to use my sewing machine because I just think the motion of the sewing machine might not be good for me. I was dusting, sorry, I'm waffling again. I was dusting the other day, and I have nets up at my dining room window, and as I was dusting and the nets were moving, it was making me feel funny. So yeah, I just don't know. Anyway, hopefully, as I say, I will see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. Thank you for all the lovely comments that you leave, and I do hope that you will come along and watch this one. Take care everybody and enjoy every stitch. Bye.